इवेंट के आज हो रहा है, तो इसके बारे में आप क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं, आपकी क्या राय है?
हेक्सागन समिट एक काफ़ी बड़ा हम यहाँ पे इवेंट कर रहे हैं, जिसके अंदर जो नई टेक्नोलॉजी हेक्सागन लेके आता है उस टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में आज हम बताएंगे। और हम बहुत ही अच्छे तरह से वेस्ट बंगाल में, बाकी ईस्टर्न रीजन में, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, उड़ीसा में, झारखंड में काम करते हैं ईस्टर्न रीजन में पूरे। तो हम ये चाहते हैं कि हमारे जो कस्टमर्स यहाँ पे आएँ और जो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी हम लेके आते हैं हेक्सागन लाइका की तरफ से, वो टेक्नोलॉजी हम यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट करें। और उस टेक्नोलॉजी से जो जो इस प्रदेश को, बाकी प्रदेशों को जो फ़ायदा हो सकता है, उसको इस्तेमाल करने में, उसको यूटिलाइज़ करने में, हम उस फ़ायदे के बारे में बात करेंगे। काफ़ी सारी केस स्टडीज़ भी हम बात कर रहे हैं, काफ़ी सारे कस्टमर्स भी यहाँ के बात कर रहे हैं जिन्होंने इसका पूरा फ़ायदा उठाया है। जैसे उड़ीसा रेवेन्यू डिपार्टमेंट ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है, उनके बड़े ऑफिसर यहाँ पे आके बात करेंगे कि कितना फ़ायदा हो रहा है कि रेवेन्यू ऑफिसर्स को ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं। और दूसरी सबसे बड़ी बात है कि हम नई टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे AP20 है, एक इंटेलिजेंट और एक स्मार्ट IoT बेस्ड पोल आ रहा है, उसको कितने, जब सर्वे हम करने चलते हैं उससे कितना फ़ायदा हो जाएगा। लाइन ऑफ साइट नहीं मिल रही है, टेढ़ा हो रखा है, तो उसके बाद भी हमारा टाइम, कितने कम टाइम के अंदर हम वो सर्वे कर पाते हैं। तो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी है, प्लस सबसे बड़ी बात है हेक्सागन एक ऐसी कंपनी है जिसके अंदर से सेंसर भी हम बनाते हैं। जैसे हमारे लाइका के सेंसर्स हैं और आइडियस रडार्स हैं, ये सारे सेंसर हम बनाते हैं। उसकी आउटपुट हम लेके जाते हैं हम अपने जियो स्पेशल सॉफ्टवेयर्स में। आज हम जियो स्पेशल सॉफ्टवेयर्स की भी बात करेंगे और उन सॉफ्टवेयर्स के अंदर लेके जाके हम उसको कैसे प्रोसेस करते हैं। और अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट जैसे मछली पालन है, एग्रीकल्चर है और पुलिस है, उसके अंदर हम कैसे इन चीज़ों को इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। और इस समय भी वेस्ट बंगाल में, पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, उड़ीसा में कितनी सारी हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल हो रही हैं। और जो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी दुनिया की है, हम इंडिया में आजकल बिल्कुल साथ साथ ही लेके आते हैं। और हम चाहते हैं इस देश की प्रगति और प्रदेश की प्रगति, जितने भी ईस्टर्न रीजन के हैं उनकी प्रगति हो और उसके अंदर हम भागीदार बने। सबसे बड़ा उद्देश्य ये है। तो नेशन बिल्डिंग का जो काम है और जो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करके हम इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ जो दिखाना चाहते हैं, और जो एकदम फार्मर्स हैं, जैसे मछली पालन के जो फार्मर हैं, उन तक ये टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे पहुँचे और टेक्नोलॉजी से कितना फ़ायदा हो सकता है, उस फ़ायदे के बारे में हम यहाँ बात करेंगे। जब हम हमारे कस्टमर बात करते हैं तो बताते हैं हम कैसे इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, उससे बहुत सारे लोग और प्रभावित होते हैं।
ईस्टर्न रीजन में जो इस टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में, आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के बारे में क्या ख्याल है, आप कितना दूर तक आप फैलाइए?
ये देखो, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की डेवलपमेंट तो पूरे देश में हो रही है, ईस्टर्न रीजन में भी खूब हो रही है और हम उसके अंदर ऑलरेडी बहुत बड़े भागीदार हैं। कोई भी रोड बनता है उसके अंदर सर्वेइंग इस्तेमाल होती है। कोई भी इस समय जैसे वाटरशेड है और इवन क्राइम है, जैसे कितने सारे जो क्राइम होते हैं उसको हम एक्चुअली पता लगाने में, क्राइम सीन एनालिसिस और कहाँ से गोली चली, कैसे आई, इस समय वेस्ट बंगाल पुलिस बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से टेक्नोलॉजी को इस्तेमाल करके कितने सारे क्राइम सॉल्व कर रही है जो पहले बड़ी मुश्किल हुआ करते सॉल्व करने में, उसके अंदर इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। वाटरशेड डेवलपमेंट के अंदर काम हो रहा है, एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर काम हो रहा है, PWD के अंदर काम हो रहा है, इरिगेशन के अंदर काम हो रहा है। इन सब जगह हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी इस समय इस्तेमाल हो रही है।
माइनिंग में भी आपका दखल है?
माइनिंग के अंदर हम एक अकेले ऐसी कंपनी है जो मैं कहूँगा एग्नोस्टिक, मतलब किसी प्लेटफॉर्म को छुए बिना हम डिजिटल माइन पूरी देते हैं। और हमारा माइनिंग के अंदर बहुत ही बड़ा पोर्टफोलियो है जिसको हम डिजिटल माइन बोलते हैं, स्मार्ट माइन जो हम बोलते हैं। हम माइन प्लानिंग से लेके, माइन ऑपरेट से लेके, माइन मेंटेन और माइन के जो ऑपरेशन जो चलते हैं और फिर माइन की जो मॉनिटरिंग है, वो सारी की सारी चीज़ें हम इस समय करते हैं। और जैसे कोल इंडिया की हम 7 माइन चलाया करते, इस समय 4 आज भी चला रहे हैं। कितनी सारी जगह है जो ईस्टर्न रीजन में, पूरे इंडिया के अंदर हम माइंस के अंदर पूरी नई टेक्नोलॉजी लेके आ रहे हैं। जैसे सेफ्टी के लिए कितने सारे हादसे हुआ करते जिसके कारण से जब हम ये नीचे से कोयला निकालते हैं उसका पहाड़ बन जाता है और जो गिर जाता है उसके अंदर कितने सारे लोग अपनी जान गंवा देते हैं और फिर इक्विपमेंट भी चले जाते हैं करोड़ों के। उन सब को बचाने के लिए स्लोप स्टेबिलिटी रडार है, हम उसके अंदर बहुत बड़े भागीदार हैं। नंबर 1 टेक्नोलॉजी हम इंडिया के अंदर लेके आ रहे हैं। माइन प्लान है, जैसे माइन ऑपरेट है, और जो माइन को ऑपरेशंस के अंदर कितने हम कॉस्ट को ऑप्टिमाइज़ करें और आउटपुट हम बढ़ाएं और प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ाएं, उसकी सारी टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे पास है। कितना वॉल्यूम निकल रहा है, सब कुछ ऑटोमेटिक डैशबोर्ड के ऊपर आ जाता है और कितनी सारी माइन कंपनियां इसका फ़ायदा उठा सकते हैं। ग्लोबली हम कम से कम जो सबसे 50 बड़ी कंपनियां, उन सब के अंदर हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी चल रही है।
थैंक यू सर।
और कोलकाता में आप जहाँ तक हम तो सुने कि आप 2021 में ओपनिंग होने वाला था, न्यूज़ आया था।
ये
सुनने में आया था कि 2021 में रिलीज़ यहाँ आने वाला था। जैसे कल रिलीज़ हुआ, यहाँ पे ऑन हुआ है। इसके बारे में क्या बोलना चाहेंगे?
अन्य हमारे पास यहाँ पहले से हमारा ऑफिस, हमने सिर्फ ऑफिस ही चेंज किया है और हम एक अच्छे ऑफिस में आए हैं ताकि हमारे एम्प्लॉयज़ को और हमारे कस्टमर को इसकी सुविधा मिले। और नहीं तो हम तो यहाँ पे बहुत सालों से, हम कम से 20 साल से हम काम कर रहे हैं कोलकाता के अंदर। हमारा ऑफिस है ईस्टर्न रीजन का, पूरे ईस्टर्न रीजन का ऑफिस हम कोलकाता से ही हम चलाते हैं। तो कल हमने सिर्फ अच्छी जगह पे आए हैं, हमने कल इनॉग्रेट किया है और एम्प्लॉयज़ के बेनिफिट के लिए और कस्टमर के बेनिफिट।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
मेरा नाम प्रमोद कौशिक और मैं प्रेसिडेंट हूँ हेक्सागन का भारत के अंदर। सो आई एम प्रेसिडेंट हेक्सागन इंडिया।
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all on behalf of Hexagon. I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Hexagon. I am the host for today afternoon, Anchor Preeti, all the way from City of Joy, Kolkata. So let me speak a few words about the company. As we all know, Hexagon is a global leader in digital reality solutions. Combining sensor software and autonomous technologies, we are putting data to work to boost efficiency, productivity, quality and safety across industrial, manufacturing, infrastructure, public sector and mobility applications. Our technologies are shaping production and people-related ecosystems to become increasingly connected and autonomous, ensuring a scalable, sustainable future. So can we have a big round of applause for the company, everyone? Thank you. So meanwhile, now I'd like to invite on stage our important delegates. Being Indians, we start everything by praying to God. So we will also start this evening by doing the lamp lighting. And for this, I would like to call upon stage our esteemed guest, our chief guest, Shri Randhir Kumar. Can we have a big round of applause for him, sir? I would like to request our president, Mr. Pramod Kaushik, to come on stage to give a brief on Hexagon India overview. Can we have a big round of applause for our president, everyone?
We talked on the introduction about Hexagon. I will take you through what Hexagon does. But before I start what Hexagon does globally and what's the technology we're talking about, I would just like to share with you what we're doing in the country. And especially the focus would be on Northeast as of now. But I just want to share some of the projects of national importance, what we are doing in the country. Hexagon may not be as big a brand in terms of as some of our individual brands are there, since Hexagon has acquired many technologies. First and foremost, so as to revolutionize the, surveying and the Swamita project, we are setting up a chorus network throughout the country. Almost 60 to 70% of the country, the reference network, continuous operating reference network, is being set up by Hexagon and West Bengal. Proudly to say that West Bengal, we are starting. Already 7 stations have been done, and in total 48 will be done in West Bengal. Northeast Sikkim is already completed. Likewise, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, all have been done and working very successfully. Other project of national importance is the international project of telescope, 30 meter, the largest in the globe, which is being made. India is a very, I would say, participant in that, and we have supplied the biggest machine, ultra high accuracy CM machines to this project, which is between US, China, South Korea, Japan, India. And we are really, as part of Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Bangalore, we supplied that machine. It's a very prestigious project where Hexagon has been chosen. We are working to set up the entire chorus network for NCRTC, which is a regional transport network. Within West Bengal, I would say in the Northeast, Northeast SAC, we have set up the entire SAC Spatial Application Center with their DAS imaging, which is a photogrammetry suite, for the remote sensing, as well as so much of data which was lying separately in various files through Apollo server is being cataloged geospatially and would be used by the SDIs in the entire Northeast, and that's a very successful project. A lot of application of fisheries, agriculture, very important project again funded by World Bank is, we are finding the evaporation happening from the small plants. Just trying to help the irrigation department here that how much is after they consume the water, when we flood the water, the plant will take some amount of water. Rest it gives a evaporates to the environment, and we are measuring through our technology that how much water is evaporated, and then we tell and give the incentive to the farmers that don't overflood or don't over irrigate this water and don't take out the groundwater. It's worldwide funded project. Our technologies are being used extensively. Irrigation department is using this technology, and our team has sat down and made, I would say, algorithms to support the department in this. Likewise, I would say West Bengal Police. For the past couple of years, they're using our scanners to analyze the crime scenes, where from which angle the bullet has come, where this, you can say the entire crime scene analysis is being done. And this BLK, our scanner, is being used extensively. I've been told that multiple cases have been solved, which is very tough otherwise to actually pinpoint who's the criminal. And that is being used. Of course, in the VIP security, these scanners are being used. And I was talking to Shri Randir Kumar now that, how we are using this part of digital mine, starting from mine plan to the, I would say, mine operate, mine maintain, mine monitor, using our geospatial softwares and mining technology, the fleet management system to find what's the yield in a mine, what's the entire dashboard, how much output has come, how many trucks have gone, what's the health of each operator, what's the health of each equipment which is running, and the safety piece. Entire part of the digital mine, that's what we're doing, and this is all happening in Eastern region. And one of our biggest success, I would say, slope stability radar is right now working in Tata Steel West Bokaro, and they're very happy with this because that's a very safety, measure what they're taking for their employees, and also as per the government regulation. As well as, if you look at the Chorus network we have been talking about, the irrigation department, also we are working on the fisheries, and watershed management programs being run. We are able to map the entire, which are the water bodies. There was a water body, tomorrow it has been overtaken by someone, and some land mafia has taken that land. All this being taken care of. Coming on the Orissa side, we are very proud participant in DTET, Department of, I would say, GIS mapping and ADAS imaging that's being done as part of DTET. Also, we are participating in the training programs which is being run for the revenue officers to give them the latest tools and techniques to understand the surveying and find what are the areas where the revenues can be increased. So, plus, our UP Dial 100, a very famous project which was done turnkey Hexagon basis, is there is a crime, and within 10 to 15 minutes, there is a police guy who comes up, shows up. Earlier in UP, it was very tough, and we are saying probably can say 10 to 12 murders or rape in a day, because 23 crore people, and that system of Dial 100, which is a computer-aided dispatch, 400 policemen are ready to take the calls, and moment there is a crime which happens and a call comes, the closest PCR van goes there and gives a response, and as per the workflow which has been set into the software, everything happens as per the procedure, and it's very, very effective. Likewise, Mumbai Fire Brigade, busiest fire brigade of the country, World Bank funded project in the lanes and by-lanes of Mumbai, we have been able to implement it, and highly successful project in terms of Mumbai Fire Brigade. So in the northeast, in the eastern region, we have big presence. Yesterday, probably we inaugurated our new office, but we have been in Kolkata for the last 20 years, and we moved to a better location for our employees and for our customers, moving our service center also over there. So with this brief background that how much we are working, in the eastern region, I'll now take you through some of the technologies. You have some background at what we do and how this technology is being deployed in all the examples which I just shared with you. And if you look at, what this is one company which senses we come out, we leverage this data and we provide the autonomous solutions. Very important. Many companies are here in this, they'll say digital twin, they'll talk about many things. But the fact remains is that we are the only company which will have these sensors on the geo system side, basically. Geotechnical, geodetic sensors on this side. We put it over here with these algorithms and the autonomous, I would say cases we are able to get into autonomous solutions. Sorry, guys. Made a mistake. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. And if you come here, the core competencies, which is reality capture. Digital capture, measure of the physical world, it finds distance, object sites, and 3D environments. Very important here, if you look at the reality capture, This is where the scanner piece, which is being used by West Bengal, is coming into the picture. This is where the mines are using the long-range scanners, P50s. And we are actually able to take this reality capture and build our digital twin. And this is the closest to the physical world. So whatever is there in the physical, we are converting that to the digital and put the exact measurements. We have a display called BLK to go. You can carry that in your hand. When you carry in the hand, we'll give a 3D view. I would say as you're carrying, it takes a point cloud data and is able to instantly give you a 3D view of where we are sitting and what are the measurements of each nut and bolt on your side. So you can find that. On the location intelligence, of course, georeference, that's what Chorus does, that's GPS does. Positioning, where we are on the navigation side. And this is very, very important, positioning and location intelligence in situational awareness. What's the real situation on the ground? And the autonomous technologies, what we're talking, AI, ML are being used in many of our products and the projects. So edge computing along with the AI, ML is actually where Hexagon is investing a lot. And the design simulation, trying to find that if there is a dam monitoring also we are doing in Northeast. We have done 4 dams of NIPCO. They are in Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Assam. And all these dams actually, we are able to monitor that what's the health of the structure, what is the water level, what's the weather at this point of time, what's the seismic activity which is going on. We combine everything into one, bring it to one common software, give a warning. And after the warning is given, if you would like to take an action as to the workflow, that the disaster management activity has to happen. We have command control center, the on-call is our platform on which you are able to alert and the entire workflow can go. That's where it comes. And the digital reality portion of anything you want to make. Everyone, I would say digital twin is actually a word which is being used for rather misused and overused by many organizations. But we capture the digital reality, make actually a 3D model. On that, we are able to put the actual working parameters as part of a design softwares and the simulation softwares. When I was referring to the dams, if there is a catastrophe has to happen or there is a warning, how much water will the flooding will happen, which villages will get into the water, we are able to do through the design and simulation softwares from our manufacturing intelligence business. That's our MSc softwares. And this is where we are talking of core competencies. When we are added up, the most dynamic and powerful use of data in the history is being used by us, and that's what we call as a smart digital reality. And we are able to then make smart workflows and actually combine the digital real world into one, and then we go beyond a digital twin. That's where I was talking. Going beyond a digital twin means is you make a 3D model. There are a lot of models which are being made, but then you plot it with the real parameters. All the attributes which are done by the geospatial attributes are able to put, and the real actually parameters and even the measurements are getting into the design model. And then what we're talking here, we are just talking about innovation. Hexagon is all about, we are 4.3 billion in 50 countries, 20,000 plus employees. But the big difference is it's not a very big business, but fact remains is these are core cutting technologies we are in. And we are spending almost 12% of our global revenues into R&D, that too in the cutting edge technology, not a normal R&D. And we have 2 design centers, one in Hyderabad, one in Pune, and there are almost 1,500 people sitting there and helping the global team to design the next level of the products. And are we relevant to the industries? That's the answer. The fact is we are in manufacturing, we are in energy resources, we are in urban and government, we are in construction, digital construction, smart construction, and also in education, research, engineering services, marine positioning, and we are in a big way in agriculture, forestry, aerospace, automotive, through our manufacturing intelligence business. And this is how we are present in the country. When I was talking about some of the projects of national importance we are delivering to the country, and most of the projects what we're talking are impacting the masses. That's the most exciting part of working for Hexagon. You look at agriculture, you look at disaster management, you look at, we are talking of Chorus network, everything what we're talking about, the disaster management, UP Dial 100, everything is to the citizens. And in the smart cities, we are using these technologies, and we are actually serving the nation by deploying it for the masses. And this is we have offices all over the place, and we have more than 2,200 employees in the country. And these are some of the, I would not take too much of time going through each business, but this is a very important business which is actually working in the eastern region. You can see the entire GPS, the total stations. You can see the mining portion or heavy construction which is happening. You can see ground penetrating radar over here. You can see, and this is all from my side. Thank you so much for your patience and listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President. And now we'll go ahead. I would like to call upon stage our chief guest, Shri Randir Kumar. Can we have a big round of applause for him, please, to speak a few words?
Friends, I would like to thank Hexagon India, its president, and the entire team for inviting me today to be amongst you. You must be thinking that I'm the one who is odd man out here. Your company is making products and you guys are its customer and selling it, and definitely I'm an odd man out here. But I'm jabbed by seeing the presentation of the President of Hexagon India. I'm jabbed at how many areas you guys are providing service. It's really phenomenal. But with this, when he says that every satellite which goes into space from India is modeled on our platform, then sir, you might have got a call from ISRO on the 11th when one of our satellites did not go into a specified trajectory. So I just, in government, we do a lot of things. Like I was discussing with him, and incidentally, I can correlate with some of the product which your company produces, like total stations, the photo programmetry tools, and then surveying tools. I'm basically a mining engineer. I worked in Tata Steel for 3.5 years. I worked in open cast mine and coal mines and underground coal mines. So I was just discussing with him regarding slope stability and others, how your company is helping. And in West Bengal, we are for quite some time thinking of making a very good command and control center for disaster management. And I was really happy to see what products offering you have. Sitting at Calcutta in command and control center, sometimes you'd like to see a particular place, what is happening over there. Then we do not have real-time camera during disaster, or the wind speed 150 kilometers per hour, 120. Some media man or somebody is there risking his life, so we are getting the photographs. So all those real-time things, I'd like to invite the Hexagon team sitting at Calcutta to come at my office sometime so that we can discuss these things. And then when you say that you have got a mining solution, Hexagon mining, we in Government of West Bengal, we have been allotted some 1 year back Devcha Pachami gold block. It's a huge gold block, one of the largest in Asia. So West Bengal Mineral Development Corporation is doing the work for them for developing the mine. I think box cut has happened and next stage is going on. So we can also see, and we can talk to the managing director of that organization to look into the solutions which you provide and how we can get help from this. It's really nice to be amongst you, and I can see a lot of enthusiasm, and you have just inaugurated your new office in Kolkata. We in Government of West Bengal, we are very, very open to the industry, to electronics industry. I being the managing director of West Bengal Electronics Industry Development Corporation Limited. So any development in that area, if you are interested, if Hexagon India is also interested in setting up something in West Bengal, I definitely would like to lay a red carpet for you. You come, we will be able to provide you all the facilities which any other state of India offers. in these few words, I'd like to thank you for bearing with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your